Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jord, and I usually have Jessica with me, but she's not with me right now, filming on my own. So I'm going to take you guys through today's video on my own. Going to keep the energy high, and hopefully we're going to have a great session. So today's video, all about how to build a successful startup. Obviously, we've got a property business, and this doesn't just relate to property. This relates to pretty much any business, any startup you're thinking about doing. I'm gonna kind of try and shed some light and shed some tips on that, because obviously we've built a startup. Some of it might be property specific, just like in regards to examples, but this is really gonna, I intend for this to really help you regardless of your business, because a lot of it is just the fundamentals, the mindset, the dealing with the stepping into the unknown and all that kind of stuff that kind of holds you back or slows you down when you're trying to start a business. So hope you enjoy. Let's go. So what I want to open this up with, really the main thing and the first thing I think I need to just put it out there is, don't let the bullshit stop you. Okay? Don't let the bullshit stop you. What do I mean by that? What does he mean by that? Don't let the bullshit stop you. It's simple. Don't worry about the small things. You know, so many people worry about, like, oh, how am I going to start a company? Do I need my accountant? Do I need an accountant to go through and set it up properly? What am I going to call the company? As it is important, I would say, to have a good name. And if you envision the company as being a large brand like Virgin or global or even nationwide and stuff, obviously a good name or a name that kind of can be remembered and catchy and not too long and hard to remember is worth considering, but it's not worth getting caught up on to the point where it delays you and you want to get all your branding and your name and your website and everything all perfect before you actually begin. That's not what you need to be doing. What you need to be doing is learning about whatever your business model is going to be. Obviously, you need some education, you need to know what you're doing, so you need to learn. And with that, again, that's another thing of, you can't take it too far. You don't want to spend a whole year just like learning. Well, you can, but you don't want to just spend too long just learning and really taking no action, because you're going to get to a point where you just, and it does happen, with probably most people, you feel like you need the guidance, you need a lot of hand holding, and it's just not the case. You just need to be brave, be bold, take the knowledge that you've consumed, and go forth with it and implement it. And when you really do that, because there's only so much you can learn from someone else. There's only so much you can learn from someone else, and then the rest of it has to be done by your physical experience. It just has to. So you have to go out there, if it's property, get the deal, speak to landlords, handle the rejection, learn from it, get the feedback from your clients, and go back out there and try again. And the same with any other business. So don't get caught up on bullshit. Don't get caught up on the little things. Really learn what you need to learn, and then go out there and start testing it. Start getting feedback, whether it's via rejections, which it likely will be, or you're gonna mess up things at the start. You're gonna do things that aren't perfect. You know, let's just look at the first iPhone that ever came out. If you look at the iPhone now compared to the at the time of recording, the iPhone 11 is out. The first iPhone that was ever released ain't shit on the 11, and you perhaps wouldn't have thought it would ever get to the 11 and what the phones are capable of doing today. So they get the process started and get to iPhone 11 by relaunching the first one. Okay, people don't like this, and we can improve on this. They get the feedback, and then they improve and launch the next one. The next one might have some kind of problems, it's not quite ready yet, but they launch it anyway, and then they send out software updates once the product has already been sold, once people have already got it, and they improve, and eventually you get to the 11, and then in a few years time, maybe you'd be like, the 11 just isn't nowhere near capable of the next thing. So that's just one example for you. People get stuck up on what kind of bank account to open and all that sort of stuff. Like, again, like, don't even focus on opening a bank account, or don't worry, about opening a bank account until somebody has agreed to buy your product or service. Once you've got that paperwork signed or that purchase actually gone through, then think, oh, let me set up a bank account, because there's bank accounts out there that you can set up in an instant. For example, I'll give you one. There's an online bank called Tide. Now, it's not a high street bank, so there's certain benefits to going with high street banks. Obviously, there's more well known and stuff, but you know, in a situation like that, where I'm just trying to get you to basically focus on actually acquiring business first, getting clients, having transactions and making money before you focus on all these other things that you're going to worry about, getting the business all nice and pretty, to not make any money, and you've already spent a whole lot of money doing that. So plenty of last minute bank accounts you can open that are really going to do a great job, and you just don't have to worry about that. So just begin, guys. Whatever your business model is, whatever your venture is going to be, just get started. Get the ball in motion, start getting deals lined up, clients lined up, and when you get to that stage and you've actually got some clients or some deals on the table, people that are ahead of you that you're looking out, that you want to reach out to for help, they will be a lot more inclined to help you, knowing that you've already got leads, you're already trying to do stuff, instead of like asking them at a stage where it's like, oh, you know, so I'm thinking about doing this, do you have any advice? Or I'm doing this, what bank account should I open, what contracts do I need? If you start and you've got deals in motion and you've got landlords or clients, prospects that have kind of accepted your offer or want to work with you potentially, trust me, those people that you're reaching out to will be way more inclined to help you, because they know that you're a doer, they know that you're actually working, you're actually going to do something, and they're not wasting their time just advising you for you to just waste their time, right? So just get started. You don't have to have all the answers straight away. You won't have all the answers, and it won't be perfect. That's the whole part of growing and evolving. You gotta be obsessed, man. Gotta be obsessed, dude.
W.
That's what Grant would say. You gotta be obsessed. This is something that I think probably most people will struggle with, and I definitely had this as well. You've got to shift your mindset, your whole frame of thinking to the long term. It's too easy, and especially when starting out, most people just think too short term. We all want to make a quick buck, right? But that's not what it's about. You want to think about a company in 10, 20, 50 years time, you know what I mean? But 10, 20 years time, you want to think about your company down the road when it's getting some real success, when it's big, when it's got branches, maybe nationwide, and several employees or several hundred employees. You know, really think about how you want to envision the company when you're 10 years down the line, what you want it to be, and that is going to really help you, help with your obsession, and help with your visualization, and help with just what you're trying to grow, and bringing up ideas and who you want to bring in to help you make this thing evolve. Because if you're just thinking like, oh man, you know, I just want to, I just need to get a deal, or I just want to make $1 grand this month, or you know, 10 grand, whatever, you know, you need some real big anchoring kind of visual goals in place that are gonna be way down the line and keep pulling you forward, so that if you start, things can be ups and downs in business, right? And things can be slow, things can be fast. All of a sudden you might get a massive deal that's gonna leap you forward, and then it's gonna be very easy to get comfortable. And that probably will happen, because I speak to successful people, I study successful people, and everybody says, you know, getting comfortable is a thing that just, it happens. I can't speak on this point yet of physically making £1 million, but a lot of people use £1 million as example of when you get to that point, it just becomes fear, because you don't want to fear going broke again. You don't want to fear going, not being a millionaire anymore, and a fear of going broke basically. So when you've got them large goals in place, and you visualize the company with that shift of mindset to the long term, and you're thinking 20 years down the line what you want your company to be, it also helps you in today's situation, because when you're making decisions, your decisions are backed by that knowledge in your head of what you want your outcome to be in the future. And so I'm trying to think of a better way to explain this. For example, let's say one of our goals this year, we want to get to, I'll just throw it out there, we want to get 100 rent-to-rents. Okay, now one of the ways of doing this I have realized, which I wasn't even considering before, is business acquisition. So purchasing other businesses. Plenty of rent-to-rent operators out there, and now I'm currently in negotiation with several multiple other businesses, rent-to-rent owners, about acquiring their businesses, purchasing their businesses from them, because that way I'm taking on multiple units, multiple properties at a time. Okay, in some cases they could be fully functioning businesses with staff in place, and in some cases it's just portfolios, but it's another way of me getting to my goal quicker than just targeting landlords on their own. I can now target business owners, and I'm going to get there a lot quicker. Something that I've only been doing the past sort of few months, and I wasn't thinking this before. Now, these kind of thoughts come to mind through having big goals, setting big goals, and knowing that I want to go nationwide with my company in the next few years, and having the long-term vision, the long-term vision of what we want to be, and creating that indestructible wealth. That's just my case, it might not be your case, but having the long-term vision is helping me today back my decisions with, okay, maybe you get offered a portfolio and you don't know what to do, and you think, oh, I don't really have investors in place, or I'm not really in a position to take this on, and then you think about what your goals are and where you want this thing to go and what the actual mission is, and then you just have to say yes to that opportunity, because it's going to pull you forward in the direction you're going. So it gives you almost a chance to check in with yourself. So I hope I've got that point across clearly, because I spoke on it for a little minute, and I'm passionate about it. So I want to deliver that. I want to deliver that to you, because it's important. It's really, really important, and I've learned it from my mentors, like people like Grant Cardone. You probably hear me bang on about him a lot, but he's one of the guys that I can just really resonate with, because it's just all about more input, bigger goals, and more action, and it's simple and it's effective. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. So like I said before, we all want to make a quick buck, but it's all about creating wealth and ultimately leaving a legacy.
You're like you're sponsored by Nike.
Guys, I'm not. Jess has said in the background, I look like I'm sponsored by Nike, because I'm always wearing Nike. I'm just a massive fan of Nike. I love the brand, and after reading the book as well, Shoe Dog, brilliant book. Yeah, it's just made me even more passionate about the brand. But I just literally love the gear, love the brand, and yeah, the owner's cool, man. And it's just anyway, be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to sacrifice. And again, it's one of them things that's harder at the beginning, because it's one of those things, it's like a process, building habits, and especially if you're coming out of one lifestyle and trying to come into this business owner, growth, development, wealth creating lifestyle, then it's going to take sacrifices. So sacrifices with friends, families, parties, nights out, dinners, weekend, like regular events, all that sort of stuff you normally do. You're just gonna have to cut it off. I mean, you haven't got to cut friends off necessarily and cut family off. Obviously, one of the main reasons we do these kind of things and try and create wealth is for our families. But you do need to make sacrifices, and you will need to see them less, and you will need to really get into a state of focus where it's time to work now. So we're going to focus on the business, we're going to focus on growth, we're going to focus on new relationships where people that are in business or in our industries or higher than us are going to help evolve us. Because I heard an interesting saying the other day, and it's like, basically, do your thoughts control your environment, or does your environment control your thoughts? But everybody knows, Dan Pena says the phrase, show me your friends and I'll show you your future, and it's very, very true. So you need to upgrade your network, and ultimately that's done by sacrificing those you're around at the moment. If it's a comfortable group, a lot of the time with friends and family it is. So they're always going to be there, they're always going to love you, and ultimately, once you create more time for yourself, more wealth, more success, and then you can start getting your loved ones involved, or start creating more time for them as well. You know, once you're in a better position, you're going to be able to spend a lot more better quality time with them, whether it's going away for a period of time that you might not be able to do when everybody's in a job and they have to ask bosses for time off and stuff. When you get to a position where everybody's financially abundant, and everybody, you know, is everybody has a lot more time, then you guys, I'm talking about you and your family or you and your friends, are going to be in a position where, if that's your goal, by the way, to get them involved or to free them, then you're going to be able to spend much better quality time with them for longer periods of time than what you can even than what you can do now. Filming in the evening here, so we've got the lights on, so I don't know if it's going to look dark or if it's going to look like night time, but just had a bit of red wine in there, keep me going. So the next point I'm going to drop is so, they're all key, but it's just so vital. It's unbelievable, and again, it's simple. None of this stuff is like mind-blowing rocket science. It's just consistency. Consistency is hard in anything that's not your that hasn't been programmed into you since you were a child, and that can get a little bit deep. The tangent I'm potentially about to go off on about what you're programmed with as a child growing up, and the environments you're brought up in, and what you see as a child, and just your whole teenage life and everything like that. You get a set of programs which goes into the subconscious mind, and that subconscious mind is where all of your standard sort of habits, and we operate for like 95% of the day from the subconscious mind, and the conscious mind is where we're actually really actively thinking, trying to develop new skills, reading books, meditating, and really actively working on something new. We engage your conscious mind, but the rest of it is all the subconscious mind, and that's why it's really hard to consistently keep new habits that you want to bring into your life to make you a better person, to grow and evolve, and all them things. That's why it's so hard to do, because you have to be consistent at it for a period of time before it goes into the subconscious and actually becomes a habit, and being consistent at it is very tough. So even obviously I struggle with it, everyone struggles with it. So yeah, anyway, the point I'm about to make is scheduling. Scheduling your day, scheduling your week is so important. Pack it out. Pack that bitch out. Pack it out by the hour. Pack your day out, so it's planned out as much as possible, and it's very likely you won't get all of them tasks done, but just by scheduling your day, you will far excel a day in comparison that's not scheduled. I mean, look, I don't know if you can see behind me on the whiteboard here. This is when we plan the week. We plan the week. When we plan the week, we plan it out in our planner, and then we before that we evaluate the previous week, and then once we've done the evaluation of the previous / current week, and we've planned out the upcoming week, we then go through the outcomes that we would like for the upcoming week. Targets. What do we want to, next time we sit down on next Sunday, what do we want the week to have looked like? What do we want to have achieved? And so that's what we write down on the board. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but here, schedule every day. So that's just to make a point that I'm still trying as well. Like, do schedule, and when I do schedule, my days are way more productive. But there are still days where, for whatever reason, and usually it comes down to getting unorganized at night time and not going to bed at time and staying up late for whatever reason, you don't end up scheduling your next day, and then that can lead to a bit of a messy situation. So scheduling is very important. Also, going back to the sacrificing, right? When you schedule and you're scheduling in a day packed with positive growth, business, necessary activities, that also gives you the opportunity to schedule in time with your loved ones, family, friends, downtime, whatever you want to call it. As long as it's scheduled in, it's okay, because you have a time slot where you're going to be doing that activity, and you can be present and be whole in that activity with those people you want to be with. You can be with them and you can be a lot more present. Like, no going on the phone, no trying to do work. I used to do it all the time. I used to go back home and see my mum and stuff, and see my family, but I would try and go back home and do some work and find some deals whilst I'm being with them. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to see them, I'm being with them, but I need to do work. And I wasn't scheduling properly at that time. So, and that just doesn't work, because one, you don't spend, you're not really fully there with your family. So you're not getting the best out of them, they're not getting the best out of you. And at the same time, you're not getting the best out of your work. And so you're not really getting the work done, and you're not getting the relationships done. So it's just pointless. So you want to go, if you schedule it in, then it's okay, and you know that from this time to this time you're going to be with the family or with the friends, whatever it's going to be, and you're going to be present and you're going to have a great time, and then you're going to get back and do whatever needs doing. When it's scheduled in, it works a lot better, and then you can actually put these things in without having to feel guilty. Okay, and finally guys, I'm going to wrap this up with the last point here, and that is getting everyone on the same page. Again, crucial. If you have a business partner, you need to get them on the same page. And if you have like a life partner, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever, it's very important also, especially if they're going into business with you, but it's important also that they're on the same page. So yeah, you guys know where you're heading, where you're going. You and your business partner have the same goals. You sit down and have a meeting and discuss your business goals, your long-term goals, and you're both on the same page. You know what the outcome wants to look like in 1, 2, 12 years, whatever. You know what it looks like. You know what you want to achieve, and you break that down, and you know what you need to achieve on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis. You know what that is, and you're both on the same page. You're both agreeable, and you both have the same passion, drive, etc. Very important that you're on the same page. Otherwise, if you're up here and your business partner, you know, you don't correlate, you don't have the same targets, you're going to be going at different speeds, and you know, one's going to be on the brake, one's going to be on the accelerator, and it's not going to be great. So get on the same page. And if you're solo, then same thing, just know where you're going, check in with yourself, get your goals down, check in on a regular basis, and know what you got to do. So that's it from me here, guys, today. I hope I've been a wonderful host without my sidekick. Like this video if you found it valuable. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it and you think it can help you or someone else, please like it, please share it. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you're not already subscribed, because we're going crazy on the content right now and we're just going to deliver. So let us know in the comments if you want to hear anything else from us. Like any ideas for future videos, anything you want answering, anything that you didn't quite understand about this video or what you did like about this video, just let us know. All the feedback is noted and it's going to be developed into bettering the channel and producing better videos and better content for you guys, because you guys are the followers, you guys are the ones who receive the content, so ultimately it's all about you. So engage and let us know. For now, I'm signing out. See you later, guys.